Hi everybody, this is Bruce Turner. Today I want to talk to my fellow baby boomers. You know, many of us are concerned about our future, and more importantly, the future we're leaving to our children. Today I want to talk to you about that future. Nothing we could do for the rest of our lives is more important than preserving our way of life for our children. You know, if you watch the news like I do, it's easy to think about how bad everything is, and it's only going to get worse. We hear it every day, $4 or $5 a gallon for gas. The federal budget deficit is $14 trillion and counting, and healthcare costs are out of control. You get the picture. Then on top of that, the experts talk about as this baby boomer bubble hits the system, things are only going to get worse. Sounds ominous, doesn't it? Well, in a few minutes, I'm going to give you 3 actions that we baby boomers can do right now that will have a tremendous positive impact on the lives of our children. We can literally change the future. Hey, remember Doc in Back to the Future Part 3? He said, "Our future is not yet written. No one's is." Well, neither is the future for our children. There's great power in numbers. You know, if a few of us decide to do something, it's no big deal. But when 70 million people take action, the world will change, and so will the future. These 3 actions are just a little ripple, but when performed by millions, a great tidal wave of change will greatly impact the lives of our children, our children's children, and all those who come after. Tom Brokaw aptly labeled our parents as the greatest generation. They won World War II and the peace through prosperity that gave us a great place to grow up in. Now it's our turn as we take actions that will set the stage for an even greater future. Our grandchildren will look back to us not as the baby boomers, but as the second generation that saved America. What a life's mission. I get excited just thinking about it. Now I want to take you all on a little trip to the future. Just a glimpse of what you're about to create. The year is 2041, and almost all of us are gone, but not forgotten. Now sit back, close your eyes, as we take a sneak peek at the future. In West Texas, through Oklahoma and into Kansas, there are huge wind farms that flow over the horizon. And these are but one of the energy pillars that drive the American economy of the 21st century. The smart grid moves energy coast to coast. And on the roads, there are a multitude of different kinds of vehicles. The trucks, they move on hydrogen. And as electric cars zoom past with no emissions flowing from missing tailpipes from a bygone age. The skies are clear at night, and the stars shine with a brilliance unseen since the time the settlers first came to the Great Plains. The vast Amazon forest is stable thanks to many efforts by corporate and national interests. The glaciers on the Tibetan Plateau are still there thanks to a collaborative effort by China, the United States, and the European Union. Technology has zoomed past anything us old folks from the 20th century would recognize. There's been a total convergence of cell phones, multimedia, and what we once knew as the Internet. Information flow is now at the heart of the American economic engine. You know, as we pull back to our time, we see one final thing. There are still challenges for our grandchildren to solve, but our actions have paved the way for them to at least have the chance. America is still that shining light on the hill, a place where hard work, perseverance can make a difference, and the pursuit of the American dream is alive and well. Hey, that's the future I want for my daughter. I started late having kids, and now I have a 13-year-old. I know many of you still have grandchildren, but we all want the same thing, to preserve and enhance the American way of life, a bright future full of promise and opportunity for our children. Small actions today can make a huge difference. Let us now become the second generation that saved America. Start today and commit to 3 simple actions that you can now do. Number 1, get a living will in place. Simple enough and not expensive. You know, we hear healthcare costs are going out of sight. A CBS story last year talked about healthcare in 2008. Medicare paid $55 billion for doctor and hospital bills for the last 2 months of patients' lives. And it's estimated that 30% of that had no meaningful impact. One of the doctors on that team that treats and counsels patients with advanced illnesses said that families can't imagine there's anything worse than losing a loved one. But he said, in fact, and I agree, that there are things much worse. It's having someone you love die badly. What he meant by that, he said, was you're dying, suffering, and with no consciousness, and you're connected to machines. That's not what I want for me. I have a plan in place that excludes those extraordinary measures when there's no hope. This simple action of us getting our living wills in place will save untold millions on future healthcare costs. Plus, we could save our children from making painful choices when they're already under a lot of stress. And just to note on those budget deficits, I don't believe any of our politicians' current plans take into account the savings that could be realized by our actions. Number 2, let's take better care of ourselves. No matter what shape you're in now, make a commitment to do a little better. Walk a little more, eat a little less, eat a little better. Take action and make a commitment to do it every day and every week. USA Today recently said the total economic cost of obesity in this country is $270 billion a year. And from the Denver Post, we see that in the next quarter century, people with diabetes will double to 44 million folks. You know what? Unfortunately, I bet many of those are us baby boomers. Spending on that disease will triple to $336 billion. These numbers have huge implications for our healthcare costs and any potential reform that somebody wants to do. And how about the quality of life? Those people face years of disease with drug treatments, doctor visits, feeling terrible, and it's often fatal. It's almost always related, studies show, to obesity and inactivity. We simply must act. By taking better care of ourselves, our collective actions will improve our overall health and have another unaccounted for positive impact on future budget spending. The big plus is we'll feel better and have more energy, and we'll enjoy our grandchildren more also. Number 3, let's have a professional energy audit performed on our homes. This third action is to conserve energy. I'm just going to speak about our homes, although there are many other ways to save energy. This one is easy and cost effective, and it's something we can all do. The head of Building Performance Institute, BPI, states that 2/3 of our homes are at least 25 years old. A large majority of those are drafty, uncomfortable, and expensive to heat and cool. You know, many of us are fortunate enough we can afford to make smart investments in consumer-driven technologies that are energy saving. A professional auditor will show you in detail how to make your home more comfortable with return on your investment while you're saving energy and preserving the planet for your children. Boy, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's a win-win for everyone. You know, some of us do find ourselves in lower income situations, and almost every state has a home weatherization program through local community action agencies. If you qualify, they'll do an energy audit and all the recommended weatherization at no charge. You know, in conclusion, anybody that tells you that a dark, foreboding future is certain has failed to take into account the action of millions of baby boomers dedicated to life-changing activities for their families. If you take nothing else from this presentation, keep in mind that these 3 simple actions have a common theme. They're relatively easy to do. They will improve your quality of life now. And the big plus is that all 3 actions significantly improve the chances that the lives of our children, grandchildren will be better than ours. There's power in numbers. We have changed the world, and now we have a plan and the power to change the future. These actions will secure our legacy as the second generation that saved America. Now let's get started. Thank you very much.